Hi, welcome back to another episode of SU Sports Spotlight. I'm your host, Xiomara Washington, and I'm here with our guest, Christian Calderaro. How are you doing today?
Thank you for having me. Good, how are you?
I'm doing good. So my first question is, what sparked your interest in cross country?
That's kind of a loaded question there. I never actually anticipated to run cross country or track or anything like that. I actually came here as a freshman as a soccer player, and then just various things happened. I no longer can medically get cleared to play contact sports, so in order to continue being an athlete, the only sport I could get cleared for was running. So I figured, I could compete as a runner. So, as an athlete, I always want to compete. So that's kind of how I found myself on the track and cross country team. And I was, fortunate enough, all the teammates welcomed me. The coaches were glad to have me, and I just go there and work hard every day.
So how would you describe the transition, since you said you came here as a soccer player and now doing cross country? How would you say that transition was?
Definitely, soccer is a sport with a lot of running, but then you go and run track and you realize really quickly what a lot of running really is. So definitely getting used to the high mileage, getting used to all the little injuries you get. You really become a lot more aware of your body, but you kind of just learn that every single day you got to rehab your body and learn how to pivot from a new sport to a different discipline.
So can you describe the training routine you typically follow in preparation for a meet?
Yeah, so typically for us, I'm a mid-distance guy, so I have mid to high mileage. So typically for me, anywhere from 40 to 50 miles a week. You start on Sunday, usually you'll have a longer run, then you just follow in through the week. Tuesdays with bigger workouts, and then usually the day before meet, just a light run, a couple sprints, and you just stay at it. The best thing to do is stay as consistent as you can to achieve the best results.
So can you share a memorable experience so far from your cross-country career?
Definitely this year. It's been a lot of fun. We've had a lot of really good incoming freshmen. They've kind of just, reminded me when there's freshmen who are beating you, it just makes you want to work even harder. So I've really been enjoying competing. It kind of reminds me back in my high school days when I was, competing every single day. Kids who are younger than you are better than you. Kids who are older than you are better than you. It's just great to be a part of that competitive culture, which is really what I strive for more than anything. And, they help push me, and I hope in some capacity I can help push them as well.
So you mentioned something about your teammates. So how would you say your teammates have been helpful so far?
Oh, just showing up to practice and every day everybody's running hard. You see how hard they're working. You see some of these kids. I've only been running cross country track for about 2 or 3 years. They've been running their whole lives. So you see this is what they do. They've done this every single day. So I almost learn from them in a sense. Which is really cool. Just kind of almost look at them as an example.
So could you share any strategies or techniques you use during a race to maintain your pace and endurance?
I think a lot of it resides in the head. You have to stay calm in your race. You can't get frantic. You can't go out too fast. So for me, it's figuring out ways where I can stay focused on my race, running at my pace the best I can, not getting, if you're a really competitive person, somebody passes you, you want to just run up and try and catch up to them, but you could already be running really good for your race. So it's, staying within yourself and running within yourself.
So how do you handle the pressure and stay focused during the races?
Honestly, that's a good question, because it's never easy to handle pressure, but it's just something you do. And it's something you learn to do as you get older. I still struggle with it every day, but talking with my coaches, the door's always open, so I always asking them hey, how do you relax before games? How do you do this? Even talking to your teammates and seeing things they do and learning from how they handle it.
So how has being part of the team helped you grow as an individual, both physically and mentally?
I would say for me, just because of my transition, I had to learn a lot of, one, letting things go, but then also continuing forward in something new. So it really allowed me to adapt to a new situation. I definitely think I matured a lot in this time period, just learning a new sport. And also you gotta go out there and make new friends. There's 100 kids in the track team. You gotta try and remember all their names, meet them all. So it's a lot of fun, but it's definitely a good time and a lot of hard work.
So for my last question, do you have any advice for anyone who wants to get involved in cross country?
Yeah, I think most important thing is just to set your goals, listen to yourself, and just get after it and work every day. Every day is going to be different. Everybody's training routines are different, but you have to find out what works for you, and you just can't give up on yourself. Some days your runs are going to be horrible. Some days they're going to be fantastic. Some meets, the same thing. You could have a great meet one day, and next week be horrible, but it's just keep going. Don't give up on yourself, and just work every day.
Yes, thank you, and thank you for taking the time to do this interview. So hope you have a good rest of your day, and that is another episode of SU Sports Spotlight.
Awesome, thank you.